What is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and DJ freaks? Welcome back to Dano Crypto. Just want to make sure everything is sounding good, looking good, and we want to make sure the connection is good. We were having some issues yesterday. Last night, our Wi-Fi was being weird, so we just want to make sure everything looks good, sounds good. We're no lags, no interferences. So put some ones in the chat if we are looking good and sounding good and everything is peachy. But what is going on, guys? All right, cool. Yeah, so we got Steve Randall Jr. in the house saying it's all good. All right. Cool. All right, let's start the show. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So hope you are doing well on this fine Tuesday. And if you caught the Moon Show this morning, or what time you're watching from, wherever you're watching from, just let me know and put some comments in that video. We're going to share it really quick, but we just lost the tab. I thought I had it open. But yeah, make sure you guys search The Moon. If you go at The Moon, we do a live stream Monday through Friday on the Moon channel, and we call it The Moon Show. And we have guests like myself, DaVinci J15, Crypto Kid, and Mr. M, the mighty Mr. M. Maurizio is the host, and we just cover a lot of stuff. So, yep, okay, cool. Steve Randall Jr. said he saw it. Awesome. So cool. Thank you guys very much for tuning into that show. We've been grinding on that show for over, now it has been over a year now that we've been doing that show, and it was the inspiration for me to start doing my own regular live stream because we were thrown into the fire going into in a live setting, which not very many people do. You know, you record content all day, but there's something different about the live. It's a different vibe. It's a different type of setting, and but I love doing it. It really keeps you on your toes, and it keeps you fresh. And we're always learning about these markets, learning about the charts, learning about these projects, and just trying to stay as long-term bullish as possible because we know in our little crypto bubble here that crypto and Bitcoin ultimately is going to be the money and the back-end infrastructure of all things that is tech in the world. So without further ado, let's get the show started. All right, let's keep on track. We are going to start off with some Bitcoin TA to start the show off. We're going to do some Bitcoin analysis, and then we're going to get into some of the altcoins and where I think the market is going to be going here in the short term. We just got a little bit of a rejection off of the 200-day moving average, actually. If you're looking at Bitcoin right now on the daily, you can see. Tell me you saw Dogo. Dogo? No, I have not. I don't know. You're talking about a coin? We'll have to check that out. Yeah, maybe we'll check it out at the end of the stream. But yeah, so we're gonna keep on track here. We're gonna look at Bitcoin. If you can see here, Bitcoin is forming this bull flag wedge. And if you see here, the last time when we broke out of that type of formation, woo, man. So in the longer time frames here, this is a shorter time frame. You can see that in the longer time frame, this is basically the handle. This is the handle of this massive cup and handle pattern that I think is going to be breaking out here pretty soon. And I think the fact that we made a higher low here, hitting on this trend line. If you draw from the bottoms here of each low, we started to make some pretty substantial lower lows. And from there, that was our stopping point, that 49,000, the wiki wick of 49,000. And so then the next consolidation to hopefully give us strength of that uptrend was right here at 52,000. And I think now that we were able to make another higher low at 57.3, then that gives me some hopium. I'm going to give you guys some hopium. Here you go. Here's some hopium. Give you some fresh hopium that we will break this regression trend and we start to go and test to the obvious next level, which would be this level right up here, which is at 71,005, which has been the resistance level from the beginning of the year when we broke out of all-time highs. And the reason why we broke up to all-time highs is because the ETF trading influx started to go into effect after January. And then what did that do? That actually brought the price up 89%. And I want to remind you guys that the same thing is about to play out, I believe, with Ethereum. You go into the Ethereum chart. That was the dominance chart. Let's go to the actual price chart. Where is it? There we go. All right, so you get into Ethereum, and Ethereum, look at where it was in January, and even without that this was basically the market just going up and giving us a bull market, like basically the start of our uptrend bull market, and not a bull run, because the bull run is this. This is the run. Just to show you guys, like the actual run is going to be during these portions right here. This is when we start to really run. Because if you were to measure this, and if you were watching the moon show, you would see that I did this. And this, if you had seen my latest video that I posted, this is what we can expect in a run. Like, this is a run, okay? So we start to just run up out of this cup and handle pattern if we match from the previous run after and this, especially look at this. You see the time frame is September here. So if you're looking at the time frame, you got September there, and I marked every September, and you can see we're up right here. Halving year, we're on a halving year, and when you study the halving years, 2017, you can see the 3 green months at the very end of the year, quarter 4. Look at the 2017 quarter 4 to 215%, and then if you look at 2020, halving year, 168%, and then if you go up and go to quarter 4, then you would see that we could be rhyming on that same pattern. And so this is what we've been tracking for our Bitcoin analysis for the long term, and why we think we are due for this parabolic breakout, and that we could have now basically, I think what needs to hold, and we're seeing it play out right now because Bitcoin is at 63,000, and so we're getting a bit of a breakdown. We're getting a rejection off that 200-day moving average. We have to break above strong, just like we did right here on the 200-day moving average with a good green candle like this. And if you're looking at this right here and you're seeing the consolidation like this, you could be seeing that same consolidation kind of pattern playing out right here. So then we can break up and at least get above it so we can test this last resistance, which is at 65.3 and 66,000. You can see it kind of lining up with the trend line. Also, this is the top of the flag, also with the 200-day moving average. And then if you were to look at it in terms of Fibonacci retracement, then you could also see that it lines up with the 618, and also us trying to push up to the 786, which was the last resistance, major resistance up here at the 66.3, 66.4. If we can push up above and not get rejected off of this basically this 618 level here. This is where we're getting this this sideways retracement action, and then we can break above and we could complete the bullish W pattern that is going to bring us back into the 70K ranges, and we'll be looking pretty sweet from there. And so now we're going to go into the analysis to pull into the altcoins. Now, if you go into the total market cap right now of the entire market, it is at 2.16 trill. A W pattern is actually looking like it's starting to play out here as well, with the total market cap, it getting close back up to its 200-day moving average of liquidity in the market, 2.7 trill. And you can see in March here, we got really close, almost back up to 2.8 trillion in March in our little teaser run that we had with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the strong altcoins. And so we're starting to, we already bounced off of support. So you can see here, we have our support here marked around this level at 1.8 trillion. This is where we bounced, and now we hit this two different times now. One, traded back up to the 200-day moving average. We bounced off of it again. Now we're trading back up to the 200-day. And a lot of the coins, interesting enough, look like this chart. So my obvious target, to where we could, if we're still going to be going off of bullish momentum, we'll start to trade back up into about 2.6 trillion. Some of these altcoins are going to start getting back up into close to $200, kind of like Solana, because if you look at Solana, then you can look at March and say, look, okay, 200, that was when it went over $200, traded way over the 200-day moving average, and also looking at the EMA ribbons, or the moving average ribbons, you can see whenever we moved over the 200-day moving average, we flipped over this area. Once we start trading below it, we're only bearish for a little bit, but you can see here, starting to flip bullish on the daily, and also trading above and flipping those moving averages, pinching right here, and now trading above it and getting close to once. But what has to hold is trading above the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour and close on the daily. But we can see that Solana has a good chance. Solana has a good chance to, just like with a lot of other strong altcoins, can push back up into these resistance levels where we had previous resistance because we're sitting at previous support. So it's looking pretty good. It's not looking too bad. It's really not. Bitcoin actually, even just getting the retracements that we're getting right now, is totally okay because it makes sense. We had some resistance. I think probably what was the resistance here? Probably if you're looking at the daily, big resistance here where we had a wick at 63.7. We just pushed right up to that wick, and you can see when we hit that price on July right here, had a wick down, and then you can see here also at this level right here in the end of August is where we also had some resistance, pretty heavy resistance right here, and also right up at the top of this pattern of the W. So if you're looking at the W, this is kind of where you could see, all right, so you could call for some resistance right up here, but then what will hopefully play out is that we just do a little bit of a squeeze down. Our entry is at 62.8, and we do have a stop loss set. So I think that was a pretty decent entry at 62.8. And so with that being said, we are more in a swing long. This isn't something that we're going to be taking profits on anytime soon unless we start to really break up bullish and hit our take profit. But our first take profit, we were trying to take it at 71,000 because that was one of the key resistance levels right up here. had a take profit at like 70. Yeah, just basically at above this level, 71. If we start to break above the W, we start to break above 68, then I think a quick target that we could hit really fast would be going to 71K, like really fast. We could end up doing that this week. If the ETF inflows keep going strong, and we have, where is it? Let's go to Bitcoin ETFs. And the Bitcoin ETFs, the inflows have been massive. You know, the cumulative spot Bitcoin ETF volume has been going from a steady in the past 3 months to 300 billion to going up to 425 billion of volume inflows. And so this, you got to look at how the inflows were in March and what eventually led to a lot of these price movements. I think we're going to start seeing that tick up again, and it's going to look pretty interesting. If you look at this, look at how the Ethereum ETF, spot ETF volume is starting to get a little bit more. Just imagine when we start getting $300 billion of Ethereum ETF volume and going up from 15 billion. Because look at the past month, we went from basically under 11 billion, now getting close to 15 billion of inflows into the Ethereum ETF. And so this is going to make this, so we're going to bring this into play, the total crypto market cap excluding BTC and Ethereum. Now look at this. This is very interesting. We're starting to flip bullish out of the W pattern off the MA ribbons, and you can see here whenever we were above the 200-day moving average, and getting close to over the 200-day moving average with bullish momentum. This is where we had a lot of the altcoin liquidity, $763 billion total market cap, excluding BTC and Ethereum. And then I think once we start, and because we're still below this a little bit, it's still great entry points, because then you have to think overall from this bottom, or from where we're at on this last little leg of the W, that's a 28% increase in total market cap liquidity that is in altcoins, excluding BTC and Ethereum. So that means with all your speculative other altcoins and your meme coins, we're in still a great buying opportunity where things are going to start getting crazy. We're going to start running back up again. And that's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I just feel like because I keep seeing these W's everywhere, it's the winning pattern. Someone was saying that in the chat, this is basically, the winning pattern. We're number one. Schmitty Jaeger Wargishman Jensen. He was number one. Okay, guys. I don't know what other altcoins we wanted to talk about. Okay, yeah, I think we wanted to go a little bit into... Okay, Render. Render is looking like it has that same W pattern. A lot of these look so similar. And then this Tron looks like it's about to break out. Tron looks like it's about to have a massive breakout. I want to look at it on the weekly, because this was previous bull market all-time highs at 17 cents. And I don't know, guys, but for some reason, I feel like that Tron is going to do something. It's going to surprise everyone. I know people are already getting they're getting, bullish again on Tron because of the Tron DAO, Justin Sun being super bullish on memes, Sun Pump, Sun Swap, all of the stuff that's coming out with Tron. This might be something to keep your eye on. And then we don't want to forget about the metaverse, the metaverse tokens. People were so bullish on metaverse back in 2021, and people were buying these things up like crazy. I mean, just look at what happened in 2021 and the beginning of the year when this thing wasn't even launched yet, and it just went up 17,000%. Get out of here. Oh my God. Went up 16,000%. And there wasn't even There wasn't even like a ecosystem for it just yet. And people were like, yes, speculating so hard. That's how much we were speculating that things were going up literally 16,000%. Absolutely insane. Craziness. And this is sand. The sandbox. Did we add decentral? Did we put mana in here? No, we didn't. I thought we did. Then I was looking at Gala. Gala's interesting too. Gala is like what kind of went bearish if you're looking at it on the weekly, but like I was just talking about, but from the previous bull market, I mean, these things just started to rip. These things started to rip. And now that we have a little bit more clarity of kind of where we're going in terms of the narratives, in terms of what people are actually really going to start buying, it's going to be these gaming studios. It's going to be these AI companies. It's going to be these speculative meme coins, real world assets. That's what seems to me is the super strong narratives right now. Real world assets, memes, gaming, AI. And then you can go down the line, and then you got privacy, you got storage, you got DPIN. All right, what else? And I mean, a lot of these altcoins are still so cheap too. That's what's crazy. Like things like Polkadot. Let's go to the index. If we go to the altcoin index, and then we'll go to the news because we're kind of analyzing the altcoins right now. So in terms of the top 50 performing altcoins in the market right now, the things that are really doing well is Tau. We got Sui. Sui's been basically the dominance of Sui of people kind of pivoted out of Sol. Basically, when Sol I think topped, I think what happened is people started to pivot out of Sol and out of things like possibly Optimism and Caspa and things that were really pumping hard. And then we saw the flippening. We saw the flip into Sui. And we saw a flip into Tron. We saw a flip into some of these Bitcoin protocols like Stacks. And this is what we're seeing now. Oh, ICP. ICP started to get some traction now. Now that's back into the mix. Phantom started to get more of the piece of the pie. And so, and Aave had, I think, a really good partnership and integration with, I think, Chainlink and also Metis. So that has also just been putting, I think, Aave on the map, and people have just been super bullish on DeFi protocols and lending protocols and just DeFi in general. And, we'll get into that of why it's important to pay attention to the DEXs, pay attention to the decentralized platforms like Jupiter, like Radium, Orca, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, just any kind of decentralized exchange, because these ultimately are going to gain a lot of liquidity and volume. And if you remember what happened with DeFi in DeFi Summer last cycle, a lot of these tokens went insane. I mean, they went up over thousands of percent, and we're just running because people were speculating into these things heavy, but also a lot of them were being used. For instance, like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, things like that, SushiSwap, go down the line. There was money to be made with these, with just those tokens that represented the DeFi platforms themselves. And then just the opportunities to be able to do yield farming with said token and a stable coin to earn yield with the liquidity pool, all kinds of stuff. But really, we're paying attention to this because we want to make more money with these altcoins to then ultimately get more Bitcoin. That's the goal. It's to get more Bitcoin, right? Put some ones in the chat if you agree that altcoins are a means to get more Bitcoin. Because that, if you're really playing the game right and you understand that Bitcoin is kind of the carrier of the sentiment of the entire market, and also Ethereum, then you will ultimately try and just get more ETH and more Bitcoin. And I would say even as far as, you know, I think ETH is still super solid. I mean, that's why it's still the top. It's the top dog. You know, it's always some project's mission is to say, oh, we're the Ethereum killer. Like it's our goal to take over Ethereum. And I don't like that mentality. I think if we have a better sentiment around Ethereum and its success, then I think it ultimately leads to the success of healthy competition to bring liquidity in. And Ethereum is there as a helper of liquidity and strength. You know, it's never gone down. I don't think Ethereum has ever gone down, you know, and Steve Randall Jr. makes a good point. It's on sale right now. Like Ethereum is on sale. It is half price basically. Like from where we're at right now, it's half price, and against Bitcoin in terms of like how much Ethereum you can get with Bitcoin, that's what a lot of people are doing at some points. You know, they're like, okay, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a little bit of Ethereum too, have some Bitcoin, and then you kind of go down the list and you look at the strong altcoins. You go, okay, might be a good idea to have some Phantom. People are really excited about Phantom. Phantom Opera was the name of the chain, but then I think they're rebranding to Sonic. So, and then you got Solana, of course. You have BNB, AVAX, Tron, and Sui, and you know, you have Cardano. I mean, look at the things that are in the red too. That's the thing. Pay attention to the things that are in the red, and this is the time to be buying the things that are in the red. Like if you look at all these things that are in the red, like Crow, Fetch AI, Near Protocol, Monero, VeChain, Caspa, Optimism, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Arbitrum, like all of these are great. These are great projects, and think about, and Pepe being in this list. That's why I love Pepe as an example of a strong altcoin at this point, and carries the meme market. And so, yeah, we'll get into that. But all right, I think that's enough altcoin analysis. I think we broke it down enough with Bitcoin and altcoins. Put some emojis in the chat if you liked that Bitcoin and altcoin analysis. I think we need the bullish horn. But then we'll be totally ripping off David Goggstein. Okay. How many people do we have watching? Cool, we got some people watching. And thank God. Okay, so I realized what happened with my internet. Because I had my phone plugged up to my computer as using my camera, and I have a Wi-Fi card. My computer flipped and went off my tethering internet on my phone instead of using the new Wi-Fi card that I got. So then it started to just drop out every 2 seconds. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I know what was the problem. And what was so weird is that every time it drops out and then reconnects, it was making a separate stream on Twitter. So I had like 50 different streams that were posting every 10 seconds. So I had to go through and delete every single one. I was like, oh my God. So I'm super happy that it's been pretty stable. It's been a stable connection. I don't want to jinx it, but okay. All right. Let's go to the breaking news. We'll go to the breaking news. Make sure you guys are following me at DanoCrypto904 on x.com. I know, yeah, at least I figured it out. But I still, well, now I know I think it's a driver issue for my card. Like, cause I have a pretty decent Wi-Fi card on my computer. It's got like the two band antennas to be able to catch a signal. And I think it's just a bad driver. I just got to figure out what driver it is and install that thing. And I think I'd be good to go. But for now, this is working. So I'm very, very happy about that. But yeah, make sure you guys are following me here at on x.com. And right now, basically trending news is that China is is rolling out an aggressive economic stimulus. They've been cutting rates as well. We have the global money supply, global liquidity, the M2, is increasing. It's increasing. And we have the U.S. actually, we cut the rates by 50 basis points. We got the UE cut by 50 basis points. We had Canada cut by 75. We had UK cut by 25 and China cut by 25. This means that governments are ready to print that fiat money. They're ready to just inject it, and they're going to go risk on. And what do you think they're going to do with all that fresh printed money? Well, they're going to want to make it increase. They're not just going to put it in the bank. They're not going to keep it in the bank. They're going to roll it into, what do you think? What do you think they're going to roll it in? Big guesses in the chat. What you think all of that freshly printed fiat is going to go into? Give you a couple seconds to put some answers in the chat of where you think that money is going to go to. It's going to go somewhere. It's definitely going to go somewhere where I know where Bhutan emerges. And it's funny, like there's so many different countries, there's so many places in the world, and you think and you kind of feel like a dumb American when you when you hear about certain countries. You're like, what?
As a major player in the crypto.
We're gonna watch
now
this.
Moving to Asia, Bhutan, the Himalayan kingdom known for prioritizing happiness over wealth, has quietly emerged as a major player in the cryptocurrency world. With $780 million worth of Bitcoin, which is nearly a third of its GDP, Bhutan has become the fourth largest government holder of Bitcoin. Now, what's fueling the country's ambitions to become a leader in green crypto mining? Here's our report with answers.
Nestled in the Himalayas, Bhutan, a tiny Buddhist kingdom with fewer than 900,000 people, has emerged as an unexpected yet powerful player in the world of cryptocurrency. Known for its serene landscapes, happiness-centric philosophy, and commitment to sustainability, Bhutan has quietly amassed a significant treasure. Over 13,000 Bitcoin, worth approximately $780 million. For a country with a GDP of just under $3 billion, this is a staggering sum, making Bhutan the fourth largest government holder of Bitcoin globally. The Himalayan kingdom is only behind the United States, China, and the United Kingdom as it overtook El Salvador, Ukraine, and Germany. Unlike the Salvador, Ukraine,
I need to go back. I wasn't paying attention.
This is a staggering sum, making Bhutan the fourth largest government holder of Bitcoin globally. The Himalayan kingdom is only behind the United States, China, and the United Kingdom as it overtook El Salvador, Ukraine, and Germany.
That's wild.
Unlike the United States and China, which gained their cryptocurrency through seizures and legal battles, Bhutan took a more proactive approach by investing directly in Bitcoin mining. And the nation's journey into the digital asset world has been led by its state-owned investment arm, Druk Holdings. Now, even though Bitcoin, the world's first decentralized digital currency, was created in 2009, it has since evolved from a fringe internet experiment into a globally recognized financial asset. And what makes Bitcoin unique is its limited supply and its decentralized nature, operating outside the control of any central bank. While on the other hand, mining Bitcoin involves...
Yes, okay, cool. All right, well, yeah, that's very surprising. So this kind of came out of nowhere. It's like we've all just been hearing about El Salvador, Argentina, and obviously China, United States, and they make a good point that the United States, of course, classic, especially with depending on who's in power, is that we have the seizure of Bitcoin instead of us actually buying it ourselves. We're just like, we'll just take it. We'll just take it. It's a lot easier for us to use the taxpayer dollar to just confiscate it, and then there you go. Pretty funny. That's hilarious. If you think about it, that's kind of like the MO of how the United States has acquired some of our things. It's like, oh, we'll just take it. Oh, you got that shiny thing over there. Well, we're gonna SWAT team you. Flashbang. It's called getting flashbanged. All right, so Crypto T, shout out to Crypto T. the messages from anxiety. What if you're not good enough? Message comes in from depression. Everyone hates you. Message comes in from crypto. Don't listen to them. You just need 100x. You just need 100x. That's what I like when I wake up in the morning. I just go 100x. I'm sure you guys do too. You're at this point now where right when you wake up, the first thing you think of is 100x. Or it keeps you up at night. All right, so let's look at Trump. People think Trump is such a bro, but he kind of is.
Oh, look, I gotta get some.
I mean, who else is more of a crypto bro than Donald Trump? I mean, he literally has 2 different collections, NFT collections of Trump cards. No other presidential candidate has ever done this before. And no politician has ever done it before. And so I really think he's given a nod to the DGens out there. Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's given a massive nod and a green light for us crypto DGens in the world.
I gotta get some. Look at that stuff. I want just have it. We gotta get it.
My mom just got a bag of that, actually.
Good. Is it good stuff? Good.
She says it's the best.
Is that the best?
She says it's the
If
best.
it is, I'll be in Washington, D.C., hopefully in the Oval Office. I'll send for popcorn. Okay?
Appreciate that.
Oh, look.
Nice. He's gonna. So when I'm in the White House, I'll make sure everyone gets a bag of popcorn. I'll make sure everybody gets a bag of popcorn, and everyone gets 1 BTC. Everyone gets one Bitcoin, and you'll be able to spend it on whatever you want. I mean, you could spend it on whatever you want. You know, you could you could spend it on burgers for the boys. You can spend it on your daughter's I don't know, quinceañera. All right, now I'm just being ridiculous. All right, so basically, like we were saying, people are so bearish on Ethereum and Altcoin Daily. I love shout out to Aaron and Austin. Shout out to Altcoin Daily. Would love to collaborate with those guys. It'd be super cool. I mean, they do follow me. I know they do follow me, so we might be able to make something happen. So it says you're selling Ethereum. BlackRock is building on Ethereum for tokenized assets, and they're buying. The same thing is going to happen with Ethereum that is happening currently with Bitcoin. Really believe that. All right, now shout out to the OG Pepe. And I'm saying OG not because it's original. But this is the original gangster Pepe, the one that has been basically the winner out of all of the Pepe projects that have come out of the bull market or out of the crypto markets in general. So Pepe came out with the Namaste. I always get super bullish when Pepe is posting and starts bull posting on X. I get excited. All right, now, and speaking of being excited, I just updated. So mods in the chat, if you can post my links in the description for the website, that would be amazing. Go to danielcurtishughes.com, and I just updated the website a little bit, kind of moved some things around, made it a little bit more crypto-centric. And so if you go here, you get the Bitcoin trivia machine, which is a lot of fun to do. And it's a lot of fun for people who don't know anything about Bitcoin to get them to take this trivia game and see if they do well. You get a little prize at the end. All right, so we have our exchange links right here, just right up at the top. And then we got some of our favorite tickers, like Bitcoin, Dogecoin. We got Tether on there. We got Ethereum, Chainlink, XYO, Polygon, which is now Pol, and Nakamoto Games. We got Medieval Empires, Pepe, Brett, and we got to add Ponky and Kendu Inu and all the other coins that we like to talk about. But we also added the Bitcoin price just directly right here as well. So if anyone wanted to actually see the charts, just like a little nice little widget that we wanted to put on there. And then if you click on Dano Crypto, it just brings you right to the cryptocurrency hub, which has crypto bubbles. So you can get the crypto bubbles. You can see what things are looking like on the hourly, even on the 5-minute. And if you see something, Pulse Chain fans, Hexagon fans, check it out. We got Pulse Chain coming up, and this is what's going to happen. Speaking of Ethereum, when Ethereum breaks all-time highs, guys, I am telling you, you have no idea how much Pulse Chain is going to just freaking start to rip faces. Absolutely rip faces. And so this is what's going to happen. All the people that make fun of Richard Hart or say, oh, your coin's a scam, this is going to just destroy. It's going to melt faces. I really believe that. And so this is why I have a little bit of cash. I got a little bit of cash in there. I'm going to try and get more. But going back to all-time highs is 515% move to the upside from where we're currently at right now, which is basically there was this like giant descending wedge that we're breaking back up into support range. We start breaking up into the support range, then we're going to start hitting right here. And this is what's so interesting. Look at where it was because in January and then also in March. Look at where it was in March when we were just talking about the areas of where we had those breakouts, 350% move to the upside. And so this is currently where we are sitting, and you're bearish? Holy crap. Holy crap. Don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you at that point. Don't know what to tell you, but you can also look at the incentive chart and break down the same metric. Like, look, March, it was at almost $10. We're sitting at support. It's going to go to $10 again. And there's a lot of liquidity on here. And that's what's so funny is that all of these market aggregators like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko and all that crap, they lie and they don't actually put up the real market cap liquidity of what Pulse Chain has, which is actually 6.1 billion. Pretty interesting. And this is with Hex on Pulse being 5.9 billion, then 6.1 billion on Pulse Chain. Then you got the 96 million of incentive, and then PLSX, which is the swap and liquidity protocol on Pulse Chain, has 3.4 billion. So there's your 6.1 billion, combined. Pretty close. Total chain liquidity. It's a lot. And then you got coins that are actually you can bridge into. Also, you got to look at, you can bridge Pepe. There's also a ETH Pepe bridged Pepe that you can do on Pulse and SHIB, Link, Uni, things like that. So yeah, I'm really bullish on Pulse Chain as a hedge option to not forget about because it does not get enough traction. It doesn't get enough people talking about it. I really don't hear much. The only person that was really talking about it a lot and was really bullish on it was Ivan on Tech, and that's what actually got me into the Pulse Chain ecosystem and in the Hex ecosystem to begin with, to just not take it off the table. All right. What else did we want to show for the tweets? Oh, yeah. So we wanted to show you guys the poly market update of the election. This is this is how we're looking at so far in terms of the percentages of who we think is going to win. Now it's sitting at 48% that Trump will win the election and 51% that it will be Harris. All right, we got Shazzy. Shazzy wants a poll analysis. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that towards the end. We'll do it. So we'll save that towards the end of the show. And yeah, we'll do. Yeah, because we're really curious on the the switch and the migration of the poll token and kind of what that means. It means I think they're really using it as a major governance token, and also just overall representing the ecosystem of Polygon. And it seems like it's bullish. It's still bullish. I kind of attribute, the same movements of Polygon as what Phantom did. Polygon and Phantom were two chains that did really, really well in the last bull market. And I remember looking and watching these tokens and the protocols and the swaps, Spooky Swap. And I know George, Cryptos R Us, George was super bullish on Phantom. That's actually kind of where I first heard about Phantom, was on Cryptos R Us back in 2021. And then Polygon, I heard on Ivan on Tech's stream that he did, the Good Morning Crypto, Coffee Crypto, the morning show. Talked about a lot about Polygon, because that basically did it just went crazy. Yeah, but policies, yeah, exactly. Don't look at polls, look at policies. We're just using this as a representation because everyone likes looking at this and using this. But if you look at the states, though, but you see, look at all the states that are red, and then look at all of the blue states. And if you notice, the blue states where there's this massive support for either Harris or Trump, but the cities there, go to the cities there. Go to the cities there and try to not run into a homeless encampment with fire pits. Good luck. Good luck. All right, so speaking of that, to correlate, Bitcoin doesn't give a crap who becomes president, according to the Wolf of All Streets. Bitcoin doesn't care, and we'll give you a chart that kind of represents that. This chart represents this, that Bitcoin doesn't care. And then also we found this was funny, and I like that it used my name as well. It says, everyone wants to be liked and accepted except for Dan. Dan doesn't give an F. And I'm floating away with my Bitcoin balloons while everyone else was doubting and asking questions and being like, "Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Oh, you do a crypto live stream and talk about Bitcoin? That's real cute." Okay, so to basically show you guys how it doesn't really matter who wins the election, is since the first halving and since 2012, the market is business as usual after each election. You just have to have the election happen. Then people know, at least we know who's going to be president. I guarantee you there's a nice little group of people that already know who's going to be president. If you can want to get all conspiracy on it. But yeah, this chart is a good representation of what happens after a halving cycle and after the election. It's business as usual. Business as usual. Okay, so like we said, the money supply is going up. Money supply is going up, but people are very interested in memes. Like we've said, we've had PopCat, Mew, Cat in a Dog's World, Mog, Simon's Cat. All these different meme coins have been going pretty crazy. But I don't want you guys to forget about this one. Because look what I'm going to do. I'm not even just going to go to the meme section. I'm just going to hit 24-hour volume on the top 100. Guess what comes up in the top 10? Pepe. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's literally the 11th top traded coin in the entire market. The entire market. And you're bearish. Don't be bearish. You're not bullish enough. You're not bullish enough for the fact that you're not even flabbergasted, jaw on the floor, the fact that Pepe, out of the entire market, is the top 10 traded coin out of the entire market. Do you understand this? It's very significant. It's very, very significant. Okay, all right, so let's get to the quote of the day. Quote of the day: change doesn't happen overnight. There's no button that's pushed to magically alter everything. Change happens little by little, day by day, hour by hour. Consistency. Consistency. And then we have another great quote from Donald Trump recently, where he said, "We're embracing the future with crypto and leaving the slow and outdated banks, big banks, behind." And it seems like we could be going in that direction. We could be going in that direction. Because the way that the big banks have been operating and our financial system has been operating is that we like to go into debt. And we like to use debt as a means of control and as a means to Ponzi filter the people to keep this show going. And I think the only way that we're going to be able to break ourselves out of this and break ourselves out of this matrix program and start to install our own programming, a program that actually runs with less bugs, less manipulation, less Trojan horses that come in, and we can have a sense of freedom and a sense of control over our own money and our time and energy, because basically all money is a representation of our time and energy in a physical form that represents what we are doing. Like, that's it. And so Bitcoin is going to be the best thing that we can put our time and hard-earned energy that we've done in this life to be able to put it into something that someone isn't going to steal or devalue, because there's no way you can. Like, there's a limited supply. That's the whole point. This is why all of this is looking like it's looking. And you can even see as a correlation to the dollar to silver ratio from 1913 to now. Pretty crazy. And do that with gold. Gold's breaking out. Silver's going to be breaking out. The stock market's breaking out. The last time we've had these different things like this, it was always a correlation of financial discrepancy and no confidence in the actual dollar. So we go into things like gold, Bitcoin, and now crypto as a whole. Okay, so now let's go into the coin of the day. So the coin of the day is going to be ORC. But real quick, first, let's look at Bitcoin. Are we okay? All right, are we okay? Are we, what's happening? No one's freaking out. Usually if I keep yapping, someone in the chat will go, "Bro, Bitcoin's dumping. Hey, it's pumping." And I go, "Oh shit, we got to look at the chart." All right, but yeah, no, the chart's actually, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. I think we actually wicked pretty good off of this retracement that we just did. We just had a little bit of a bounce off of what I think was is that the 200? Maybe we have to do the 200 on the daily. Yeah, we just we were coming off of that. Yep, we just got rejected off the 200-day moving average is all. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Yeah, Bitcoin, are you okay? Are you okay, man? Okay, so the coin today is ORC coin. We're going to talk about some ORC. All right, so pretty basic. It's a meme coin. It's a meme coin on Solana. But what we like about it is that the holder count's pretty strong, over 10,000. The market cap is low. Don't really care about the market cap. I don't care about the market cap. Don't give a crap. What I care about is liquidity. Don't care about the market cap. I've kind of just now at this point, I don't care. Cool if it gets to, $500 million market cap, but it could get to 200 and I'll be totally happy. I'm like, sweet, 200 million. That's awesome. That's astonishing. But what I want to see is that the liquidity keeps getting added, keeps getting locked, and we don't have major sell-offs. But look at this. I love that this thing has just been like steady in this range between 6144 and 1 cent. Now, this thing almost broke 2 cents, was very close to breaking 2 cents. So right now, getting this ORC at this price is really cheap because then you're looking at a easy 3x in the short term. But you want to look at this thing on the daily, because when you're looking at it on the daily and you see what the potential was in July after March, and then we had a little bit of this momentum with some Solana meme coins, it had a 651% move from this pinch bottom here of support with this ascending wedge that a lot of times does break down a little bit. But once it gets support from a area, which is right here, then we can get a break up to the upside, which I think is going to look like this. Start trading up this. Someone said, oh, and gain back my self-confidence. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I hope you do. I hope you do. All right, so yeah, ORC is just it's a low entry into a coin that J15 DaVinci Jeremy has been promoting. The team's roadmap was very simple in that they wanted to get the attention of DaVinci and then get the previous support, or get it's a previous support. Like I'm talking about the chart. They wanted to get the support of DaVinci as part of their roadmap. They're like, look, attract DaVinci J15's attention, get DaVinci J15 to start posting about ORC, and then we start to do some content upgrades, hiring meme and video creators, additional KOLs, market makers, and then get centralized exchange listings. And so get this, guys, the thing hasn't been listed on a centralized exchange yet. It has not been listed on a centralized exchange. If we were to look at this coin right now, let's see, let's go ORC. Hopefully this pulls up right. ORC. Hopefully this is the right one. Yes, 8.6. Let's see if let's see the exchanges. Markets. Yep, it is only currently able to be swapped and traded on Jupiter and Radium. So the way that you have to do that, guys, by the way, I'll teach you. You have to have a Phantom wallet, or you can have another type of Solana based wallet, totally fine. But I use Phantom, and so what you do is you are going to go to Radium or Jupiter, and you're going to need Solana in your wallet to be able to cover the gas fee, but then also to be able to swap into ORCcoin. So you would take the contract address, which is right here. So you would copy that, and you could triple check it by copying this contract address and then putting it into something like Dex Screener. So then you can see and match the liquidity, match the contract address and make sure it matches up maybe with the official Twitter. And that is the best way that you can make sure you're getting the right contract. And then what you do is you would paste that into the to where you would swap. You would select how much Solana you would want to swap into ORC, and then the slippage is usually auto set, so you don't have to worry about too high of a slippage. It usually does an auto slippage. It's best to do an auto slippage, or it's like 0.1 or under 1% slippage for your swap, and then that'll ensure you're getting the best price and that your transaction will go through. And then that's how you would get some ORC coin. But until it gets listed on a major exchange. And then if it's just on a major, centralized exchange, then you can just buy it like that. But right now, I think it's a good opportunity and for a coin, just getting in super low. And yeah, I like it. I used to play World of Warcraft. I used to play a lot of RPGs and stuff like that, so it is very reminiscent of the days of old. And I'm sure, guys, put in the chat if you ever used to play World of Warcraft or any of those nerdy games. And then we had just yesterday, Da Vinci Jeremy saying, just scooped up a bag of orc. These price levels won't stay for long. Pure conviction here. Time will unfold. Time will unfold. All right, we're trying to, someone put in previous comment. Oh, okay. All right. So, yep, that was the coin of the day. Coin of the day was Orc coin. All right. Gonna check on Bitcoin again. Yeah, it's still doing some things. Bitcoin's doing some things, but I don't think it's going to get any lower than what our entry price was. It's not going any lower than 62.8. That's it. We got the perfect entry. We got our take profit set. Let's go. Off to the races. But thank you guys so much for tuning into today's live stream. Thank you if you tuned into today's Moon Show as well. If you did not get a chance to tune into that show, we'll just we'll link it in the description real quick, or in the chat. We'll post it up real quick. Let's see. Let's go. The moon. Okay. Gonna link this. Paste that. All right, so we're at the end of the show. Quick Q&A. Quick Q&A. I think we got some questions. Let's see. What do you think about Atomicals? ARC20. That sounds familiar. Why am I? It's kind of drawing a blank. Okay, pulling up the. Is this what you're talking about? Atomical? The Atomicals protocol is the simplest, most powerful way to create digital objects on Bitcoin. Not affiliated with any tokens, markets, wallets, or projects. I haven't really dived into this, but I'll keep it on the radar. I'll keep it on the radar. Atomicals protocol. All right, do. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, all the things, popping into the Discord. Thanks, Ozzy. Yeah, this background is fun. Polka dot analysis. Yeah, I mean, my analysis is that it's cheap. My analysis is that it's cheap. I mean, in the past 90 days, it's been down 24% in terms of the top 50 performing altcoins. So Polkadot is definitely it's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap right now. I think once it starts to break this trend, this downtrend, it trades above this moving average line right here and starts to turn green. Kind of like what has to happen is what happened here. this is going to, indicators are not, they're not loading. There we go. All right. So let's look at Polkadot. And you can see here, we're having a bullish divergence. MACD. It's about ripped my headphones out of my head. MACD looks good. If we can trade up, similar how, because if you look here, look at the area of the SMI right here and where the MACD was, and how the movements were in this area and this area right here. You think in March? I mean, yeah. Polkadot looks good. Polkadot looks good. Oh, okay. This is a good question. I don't know why it's not coming through on my chat right here, but yeah, this is a great question. Okay, Gabriel said, I lost confidence in myself because I sold too early and lost track. How can I gain back my confidence? Have you had the same situation? Any advice? Oh, man. Bro, I have great advice for you. You are not alone. Many people sold too early or had an opportunity or knew about a project and it pumped and they felt like they didn't buy enough. Maybe you were a victim of multiple platforms being shut down. Maybe you invested in Terra Luna. I mean, there was a lot of opportunities for you to make a bad choice, more so than a good one, okay? Because technically, the easiest choices would have been just to buy Bitcoin and hold it. That's it. Like, that is obviously would have been the easiest thing to try and do, but also some of the hardest things because we have all the distractions, we have all these different things that can make you get off track. And that has 100% happened to me. I mean, I primarily put too many of my eggs in one basket of an exchange, and it was Voyager. I had a confidence in Voyager, and that thing went down. And then combined with that, also I invested in Terra Luna, so then I lost money with that. I mean, I've had to rebuild my portfolio from scratch, from the ground up, 2 different times. And guess what? A lot of other people that have gotten into crypto have had that same situation where they've had to literally build from the ground up. And what you have to do is just kind of remember those things. Like, remember what you did. Like, write down what you did. Like, try and have a better plan and strategy this time around. And then that is how you can start to gain the confidence. A lot of times it helps, to win a trade. Like, put it a trade. Look and analyze the charts. Know that you have confidence that you can put in a good entry. And it doesn't even have to necessarily be on like a trade or leverage trade or anything like that, but just like feel confident that you are making the right moves and you're going in the right direction, and that the fact that you even know about crypto at all to begin with and you even took a shot at it is huge. That's how you can get your confidence back and say, dude, if I go out in the street right now, half the people wouldn't know what the heck I'm talking about. And so that gives you an edge. So that alone will get your confidence back, just get more structured, get more dialed in, take notes, keep track of all your stuff, and just execute the plan. Like, and you will be successful. You'll just trust me. I have thought about quitting. I have thought about, like, man, like, what am I doing? Like, is it like, am I really like in the right industry? Like, am I making the right moves? Like, I've had a big morale killers and the wind and the going out of the sails a few times. But what I had to do was really like, and honestly, like it helps to have a good support system too. Obviously, if I didn't have my wife and her supporting me the way that she has, and just and some of my friends too, like it definitely helps. So if you have a good support system, you got people encouraging you, listen to them, and just like also be your own cheerleader. Because like if you don't make yourself do it, or you don't make yourself learn from the mistakes and actually analyze this and say, all right, let's go, then you will be stumped and you won't feel confident and you won't keep going. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps, Gabriel. All right, and so Shazzy was asking, is OURBIT a new crypto exchange? They're fairly new. They've been around for a little bit, but what I've noticed is that they have the platform itself is very similar to MEXC. It's very similar to MEXC. It's literally basically a carbon copy. So, but the difference is that you do not have to KYC or use a VPN. So it's very convenient, and you can download the app. No problem. You don't have to use test flight or anything like that. You can download on Android and on the Apple Store, and it's easy to get. It literally takes like 10 seconds to sign up. Mods in the chat, if you're still in the chat, make sure you put the links in the description for this particular exchange, because this one has been really easy and quick for me to get into some entries, and they have a lot of great coins to choose from, being the ones that we are really bullish on, like Metis, like QuickSwap, Radium, PayPay, the Chinese Pepe, Ponky, Dogecoin. They have a 1,000 leverage Pepe futures, but then also have a lot of options for spot. And basically, they just like give away USDT like crazy by doing and completing some tasks and rewards and stuff like that. So yeah. Check out that. And the links are in the description for all that. If you guys want to directly support the channel, you can trade with those links in the description. It's the best way you can directly support the channel. Yeah, Gabriel said, I should have 700, 800K today. I have only like 10% of that, and I'm afraid to buy Sol again because of the ups and downs. I was chasing the price. Is it smart to just put in BTC instead now? Thank you for the help. I was almost close to giving up, but I'm holding on. Oh man. Well, you got it. Like everyone send some energy to Gabriel. Send some vibes, because we've all been there. We've all been there. We've all felt that like sometimes it's atrocious. Sometimes it can be absolutely atrocious, that feeling of just like, man, I should have more. Like I should have more to show for by getting in these markets. We got to remember, the people that were successful in the previous bull market, they were in the previous bull market of 2017. They had 2 to 3 years of making those mistakes that you're making right now. You get it, or what you made the last cycle. So it's just a reshuffling of new people coming into the market. You can't be so hard on yourself, because guess what? People like Ivan, the Martini guy, everyone, just anyone that you look up to as a crypto influencer right now that has made it and they have stuck around, guess what? It's because they stuck around. They stuck around long enough to learn the cycles, learn the charts, and execute. And then now they're at the point of the cycles where they're building their own companies, they're building their brands, and they have the liquidity to be able to do so. But it did not always start that way. It always was a process. You need a cycle or two to learn, and then this is our chance, okay? I feel the same way. I should have $1 million and millions of coins, but it's just the cycle that we're in. But yeah, just hang on, hang in there. It's like Sen said, we all take our lickings, but it's the ones that learn and bounce back that make it 100%. And it's such a cliche, like saying that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So for the fact that you're even taking shots at all at changing your life and trying to make big changes in your life by making some serious gains and making some serious financial, choices here, you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded. I 100% believe that. I think that the moment that you start to take your life like that seriously, which I'm doing right now, is to really actually start to take it more seriously, we will be successful. We will be rewarded. But all right, guys, thanks for sticking around for the last section of the show, the Q&A section. We really do appreciate you guys. We love every single one of you for coming in here and being a supporter of the channel. It really means a lot, because if we didn't have you guys coming in, watching the show, leaving your thoughts, giving me your opinions and your analysis as well on what you're watching on the markets, then, we just wouldn't have a show. We wouldn't have a show. So we really do appreciate you guys, and make sure you are sharing this with your friends. Like, if you're the only one that's watching this show out of your friends, let them know you watch this show. Like, get them in here so you guys can shoot the shit with each other in the chat. Get people interested in crypto so they aren't rushing and running and feeling the FOMO like they missed out, when this whole time they could have just been doing some research and hanging out in the Dano Crypto live stream. But yeah, guys, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. God bless every single one of you, and have a good rest of your Tuesday, wherever you're watching from, whatever time zone you're watching from, whether it be morning, evening, night. We will be back later today. We are going to be streaming at, I think, 8:30. We try to make it at 8, but we have a rehearsal to go to, so I think we're going to probably end up making it to stream at 8:30. And so make sure you guys tune in to that stream later today. And we will be testing out some crypto games. We're going to test out some Nakamoto games and Medieval Empires, our two favorite crypto gaming platforms, and we'll go into the token analysis of those things, and we'll just see how the rest of the day plays out, and we'll give you any breaking news that has developed so you can stay on the dial with these cryptocurrency ecosystems. All right, so guys, gals, aliens, and degen freaks, I will see you later today. Peace out.